I made a very small but significant update to the compressed air system in the Smart Woodshop. But I still have one small hurdle that I'm going to need your help resolving. The base system, which has been this way in the Smart Woodshop for 7 years, in Art before that for many years, the box truck before that, the trailer before that, it's a couple of decades. It's a system that works solid, and I do not need to improve it. If you haven't seen it before, it's a simple garden hose reel, a side mount made by Ames. It's plastic. When I get it out of the box, I get all of the water hose seal parts, and it's just simply a reel with a side knob. And again, I've used these for decades. There's nothing better. I've even had multi-$100 pneumatic retractable hose reels that, the air is connected in the middle so you don't have to disconnect it. Too big, too clunky, just don't work as well as this does. I got to manually roll it up, but it works. It's cheap, it works, it's better than the more expensive thing, the kind of stuff I like. I also use one for my power management as well, so I get to use the same system twice. This 3/8 100-foot hose drops down through a hole in the floor of the Smart Woodshop, and I pull it onto the job. And I have a little manifold I plug in, and then multiple air hoses can be plugged in off of that. Multiple nail guns can be run, so the crew can be working off of the single compressor in the Smart Woodshop. And that's the key to the Smart Woodshop compressed air system. The compressor stays in the Smart Woodshop. It never leaves. It's plugged into the Smart Woodshop, shore power. I never need to plug it in. The air hoses plug right into the end of it. And I even have another small hole drilled underneath it with a rubber hose run out so that I can drain the water in the tank. Again, it stays in the Smart Woodshop. This part of the system just works. Two parts of the system work flawlessly. They've proven themselves over the decades. It's the third part that I have been struggling with, and that is the coiled hose that I kept back here. Because it was mounted in the back, I used two of them to reach 50 feet to go out this end. So I drug it out through the middle of the Smart Woodshop. That coiled air hose is important because oftentimes I'm working right outside the Smart Woodshop on the Smart benches, and I want air right there. I use air for three important things: nail guns, air tools, but most important, the compressed air, the nozzle. I would grab the coiled hose here and just drag it out. And again, I've been doing it 7 years, so it worked almost. But the problem that I did not like about it, there was no good way to store it. It just sort of sat on the floor. I hung the end right here, and I just kind of kicked it out of my way. And again, the retractable reels, I could not find anything that would fit well and work, even in smaller scale. This simple but very effective change I made since I've been rehabbing, updating, and making the Smart Woodshop more efficient these past few weeks was to simply pick up a 3/8 25-foot air hose, plug it into the compressor where the coiled hose went, and run it up the wall and across the top, zip tying it along the way, bringing it over and down with the quick connect right here. I use this coiled air hose so it's pretty much always hooked up. The primary, it tucks conveniently in this little pocket here. I just reach down, grab it, pull it out, and it's ready to use. It's this last part that I need your help with, putting it away. Now that only took 10 seconds, and it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it is a slight hurdle. It does take the extra effort of getting down and tucking it in there. I'd like to have something a little cleaner, a little more efficient. This is where it would be ideal to have one of those retractable air hoses. But I don't need a big industrial one. I need just a 1/4 inch, 25 footer, as small as I can get it, that I can mount somewhere in here. I haven't quite figured out where, but I think I can come up with a place. I haven't been able to find one that's small enough, scaled down enough. So if you know of one and you can provide a link, then I'll look at it. And if it looks like it'll work, then I'll pick it up, mount it, and make another video and show you how it works. Preferably, I like to still not have a hose reel to take up space. I'd like to stick with this system, so maybe an idea of how I can get it to retract easier or store easier. I think that is a more difficult hill to climb. I think this is about as good as it's going to get. But there's a lot of Smart Woodshop fam out there, so let me hear your ideas. If you'd like to get a detailed set of plans to build a Polk Smart Bench, a Polk Smart Station, any of the accessories that work with the system, or the Smart Woodshop itself, there's a link in the description of this video down below. Mahalo.